Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. My name is Kenzie. If you did not know that, then now you know. And you guys, today we're going to be talking about all of the bags that I have sold and why, part 3. If this is your first time ever seeing me, then hello, I'm so happy to have you. My name is Kenzie. I make a lot of videos about luxury handbags, luxury fashion, travel, jewelry, but mostly handbags. I like those a lot, but today we do have a bags I sold and why type video. If any of that sounds fun to you, if you like the idea, then I would ask you consider clicking the subscribe button and give this video a like and ding a little bell down there so you're notified every time I upload. And you guys, without any further ado, let's get it into the video. So yes, I have done 2 of these videos previously, basically just talking about bags that I have sold throughout the year or throughout the past couple of years and why, and what, like maybe what I replaced them with, what I sold them for, why I sold them, and all that good stuff. So I have done 2 videos of this so far, so I will link both of those down in the description. They're kind of old, so don't judge me too harshly. But yeah, I'll still link those. But today I have sold quite a few bags this year, and there's one that I never really talked about that I sold last year. So I thought that it would be fitting if I went ahead and did another one of these videos, because I have 5 bags to talk about in this video. Number 5 is gonna be like not that shocking. It's like, oh, I sold it, not that big of a deal. More we go up, number 1 is going to be like, oh my god, I can't believe you sold that bag. What do you mean? So that's how that's gonna go. So let's just start with number 5. So on the number 5 spot, I do have the Oppen Nirvana bag. I recently did a video unboxing this bag, and I'll link it down below in case you still want to see that video. But I did end up selling this bag only because Oppen went out of business, unfortunately. Unless they've somehow come back. They did let people know back in May that they were closing their doors and they were going out of business. Unfortunately, because I really liked the bag, and it's kind of like I couldn't really talk about it anymore because you couldn't get it. And if I kept talking about it, it made me feel bad. It made me feel like I was being like, oh, look at this bag that I have that you can't get. And I don't know, I just didn't love that. So I did end up letting the bag go. I do have a Poshmark account, and I'll link it down below in case you want to check it out. I put a lot of clothes on there. I put a lot of handbags on there when I am getting ready to sell those. So if you are interested, I do have a couple of bags up for sale right now. I'll have the link to my Poshmark down in the description. Yeah, the brand actually, Oppen, actually sent me this bag. I did not pay for it with my own money. They sent it to me as PR. I did not need to do an unboxing. I didn't need to show it, but I still wanted to because it was very much like an up and coming brand, because Taylor Swift was saw wearing the bag. She loved it. There was a lot of other like celebrities and like big influencers that were wearing the bag. So Oppen really took off. But unfortunately, it seems like they just were not able to keep up with demand. And pretty much everything was sold out, and they said that they don't know when they're gonna get stock again, which sucks so much because like normally you would think that if a bag went viral or if a brand went viral, then that would be a good thing. But I guess on the other hand, if there's like so much demand that you physically can't keep up with the production, that would hinder things, and like people will be waiting for their orders for such a long time. So I do understand that too, and it does kind of suck. So I do hope that Oppen is able to come back at some point, and then I would gladly re-buy the Oppen bag with my own money because I still really like the bag. But since they did go out of business, I did end up selling that bag. Number 4 on this list is actually a bag that I haven't sold, but I'm currently trying to sell. It is listed on my Poshmark, so again, I'll leave that down below. But it is my Fenty baguette. This is in the embroidered. This came out last year, and it's kind of like this kind of cool toned, really fun embroidered bag, and it's got the F's all the way across. It's such a fun, chic bag, and it fits an absolute ton of stuff. Like, it's massive on the inside, and I really like this bag. I just never really reached out for it that much. Like I did when I first got it, of course, and I do really like it. I think it's so chic, and I love the fact that it keeps its shape. With the regular Fendi baguettes, with like the canvas ones and even some of the leather ones, they're not very structured. So when you start putting all of your stuff in there, it tends to like sag the bottom out and the bag gets like super misshapen. And I don't like that. I like it when it has a tiny bit of structure, and when you put your stuff into this bag, it just stays like this. It just keeps looking like a perfect little rectangle, and I love that. It does have a top handle strap or a shoulder strap that you can use, and it also comes with a crossbody strap, of course. And then this bag, if you were to find it on my Poshmark, and if you did like it and you wanted to buy it, it comes with everything. It comes with the box, it comes with the boutique bag, it comes with the literal Fendi box, like the shipping box that they shipped it to me in. It comes with the dust bag. Of course, it comes with all of its authentication stuff and like all of the papers and everything. And it also comes with a free organizer. I have like a, what is this called? Like some Morga organizer in here that I got for the bag just to help keep its shape even more, but it is free. If you ended up buying the bag, you'll get that with it too. But yeah, I just ended up not reaching out for this bag as much as I hoped to. As you know, this year I actually did purchase a couple of my really anticipated bags, like bags that I've wanted for a very long time, like the Chanel Caramel Classic Flap. So once I bought that bag, I ended up putting a few bags up for sale, and then of course I bought this bag, which is insane, and then I ended up having to put a lot of my other bags up for sale. So this was one of them that I did end up putting for sale just because I added a few other pieces to my collection. I wasn't reaching out for this one as much as I would have hoped to. Number 3 on this list is actually going to be my Bottega Veneta Teen Jody. Yes, if you remember last year, I unboxed this bag and I really like the Teen Jody. I still do like it to this day, and I hope that I don't regret selling it at some point. I might, because I don't think that I can get that color back. So I did end up selling my Teen Jody because I bought this bag right here, the Caramel Classic Flap, and because I bought this blue classic flap. I mostly was able to offset the Caramel Classic Flap through a tax return. Basically what we were able to keep on our taxes. I was able to offset that quite a bit with this one, but I still wanted to go ahead and sell a couple of bags just to kind of offset it more. But yeah, I loved that Teen Jody bag. It was not one of my favorites in my collection, but it was definitely up there. I really enjoyed that bag. I love how slouchy it was. It was in suede. I did a lot of videos about it. I did get a lot of wear out of it. It was one of those bags that I feel like you could have worn pretty much any time of year, but I was starting to not reach out for it as much because since I got my Celine Ava Triumph bag, that bag has basically just been one of my ride or die bags. I love the Ava Triumph so much that if I were basically going to carry the Bottega, I pretty much always reach out for the Ava Triumph anyways. So the Bottega, the Teen Jody, just wasn't getting enough wear for me to still keep it in my collection because it's on the higher end of bags, and if I'm not going to wear it, I need to just let it go for my collection and give it to someone that will wear it. So I did end up selling the Teen Jody, which again, I hope I don't regret at some point because I really did like that bag. I was mostly just selling it just to kind of recuperate the money from these 2 Chanel purchases. I mean, I love my Chanels more than the Bottega, but you know, I still regret selling my Prada 2005 re-edition in the Saffiano leather. I still regret selling that one. I hope I don't come to regret the Bottega Veneta. Fingers crossed, because I really did like that bag. Number 2 on this list is probably going to shock a lot of you guys if you were with me last year, because I did actually sell this bag last year. And if I remember correctly, I don't believe I sold this bag in order to buy another one. I think I sold this bag just because I just wasn't wearing it, and it was really getting on my nerves that I just had it collecting dust on my shelf. And I was like, this bag is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. It needs a new home, and it needs to have someone that will love it and take care of it and wear it as much as it should get worn. So that is why I did end up selling, finally, my Lady Dior. Yes, if you've seen, like recently, I haven't been showing that bag because I don't have it anymore. I did end up selling it I sold it last year. Like, I don't know, did I sell it in the fall of last year? Maybe even in the summer of last year. It's been a while since I've sold that bag, but I never really talked about it, and I haven't done one of these bags I've sold in quite a while, so I haven't really talked about it that much. So yes, that bag, I did love it. It did have a lot of memory for me because I did get that bag in Venice as like a wedding gift because my husband proposed to me in Venice, and then I did end up getting the bag as like an engagement gift, as like a wedding gift. So very excited about that, but then I just was not reaching out for it, and I feel bad because again, I love the bag. It was beautiful. It was in the color blush, and it was the ABC Lady Dior. It was in the small size. It was so beautiful, and I absolutely loved the bag. It just ended up not really fitting my style. I don't really have a super elegant style, and I feel like the Lady Dior's really lean towards those that have more of like a girly aesthetic, more of like a girly style or an elegant style. And I don't feel like I have that. I feel like my style is quite casual. So I never really reached out for it, and it just never got anywhere. So I did end up letting that go, and the girl that bought it, oh my gosh, she loves it so much as far as I know, but she messaged me after, like she was messaging me about the bag, and then she ended up buying it, and then she would message me afterwards saying how much she loved it. So I'm so glad that it went to somebody that genuinely loves the bag and that gets a lot of wear out of it. So yeah, I still think very fondly of my Lady Dior. She was one of my first ever luxury handbags, and I loved her to absolute bits. But I do have handbags in my collection now that I do like more. I still love her. She was great, and I'm glad that I had my time with her, but I'm glad that she is with a new owner and she's getting worn way more often than she was here. And you guys, number one on this list, number one is gonna be a doozy. If you have not been here for a little while, and like maybe if you watched this channel like last year and now you're coming back or something, and if once I tell you this, your jaw is gonna be on the floor, because this is a bag that I swore up and down, left, right, and center that I would never, ever, 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 ever sell. And I did. So I'm eating my own words, and that was my vintage Chanel Classic Flap. I did it. I do not have any vintage bags anymore. I ended up selling my green Chanel Classic Flap last year as well, and I bought this bag with that money. I'm not even sure if I talked about that. I think I did. I think I talked about the green Chanel Classic Flap in my last bags I sold and why video. And I think at that time I was currently selling it. I don't think it had already sold. So I was currently selling it in that video, but I did sell it, and I immediately put the money towards this bag. This is the Louis Vuitton Keep All XS. It is part of the men's Spring Summer 2022 collection for Louis Vuitton, and it's with Virgil Abloh. This is one of my favorite bags in my entire collection, so I'm so glad that I was able to sell that vintage green Classic Flap in order to put the money towards this bag, which I absolutely love and adore. But then earlier this year, I sold my black vintage Chanel Classic Flap to my mom. Yes, my mom ended up buying that bag from me because she really liked it. I guess wanted it. I let her know that I put it on my Poshmark, and she was like, no, don't do that. I want that bag. And I was like, really? I didn't know that. So she did end up buying it from me because I bought this bag. So this one was definitely one of the bags that I was not expecting to buy. I knew that I loved this color. This is the 23P small Classic Flap, and this is the light blue color, but it's kind of like a periwinkle. Like, this is one of my favorite bags in my collection because of the color, because it's not like a true sky blue, light blue. It has this purpley undertone, so it does kind of give like a periwinkle vibe, and that is why I love this bag to literal pieces. It's one of my favorites in my collection. This one I bought, and then my mom helped me and offset this one quite a bit when she bought my vintage Chanel Classic Flap in black with gold hardware. And I know. I said that I would never, ever, ever, ever sell that black vintage Classic Flap. I did not have any intention of selling that bag. I told myself that I would only sell that bag if I were putting the money towards another Classic Flap. I would not have just sold it and put the money towards something else. It needed to be sold, and for me to put the money towards something that I really wanted. And this ended up being that something that I really wanted. So shout out to you, Mom. You're great. I love you. So you guys, those are all of the bags that I have sold and why part 3. If you want to go and shop this beautiful Fendi baguette bag, again, it comes with everything. And yeah, she's a great bag. So I'll link that down below. And then that has been the video. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this video. Let me know if you liked it. Let me know what bag on my list made you the most shocked. Was there one over the other that you were like, oh my God, I can't believe you sold that bag? Or just leave me a comment telling me anything, because I'm nosy and I want to know that. But you guys, thank you again for watching this video today. I really hope that you did enjoy it. If you did, then go ahead and click up the like button for me and then subscribe if you want to, and be sure to ding the little bell down there so you're notified every time I upload. And you guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!